Follow me while I start to change this radiator in this 2011 Silverado. We'll be starting this tonight. It's starting to get late and I can't really see that much. As you can see, it's starting to get a little dark, and I got the canopy. This truck is too tall to, I need 4 people, 1 at each leg, to lift the canopy over, so it's not going to happen. So one of the things that I have to fix on this truck, which is one of the next things I'm going to do, is I have to change the blower motor. So me changing the radiator, not being able to have the blower motor on and the heater on, I'm not going to be able to get the fluid into the heater core, which would give me some air pockets, which then it might run a little bit warm. So what I did is I took some 1/4-inch fuel line, today I'm going to be finishing swapping out this radiator in a 2500 Silverado. Last night I came out, started the process. I'll stitch some video, but video is pretty bad. So what I did was took these clips off. There's 4 of them. I thought I had a catch bin on the driver's side to catch the oil. It was dark, so made a mess. I got one underneath the passenger side. Got that one in the right location. So right now all I got to do is take the hose clamps off, 2 bolts, slide the old radiator out, put the new radiator in. Part of one of the issues with this truck is also the blower motor. Blower motor is bad, so I want to try and keep as much coolant in the motor as possible. This way I don't have any, as I can. This way I don't have any air pockets, because I'm not going to be able to turn the heater on and get the heater core filled with coolant. Right now it is, and the amount of coolant that I've had to put in this truck in the last like 2 weeks to a month, it's all pretty much new coolant in there anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So what I'm gonna do is, I got a set of needle nose pliers. What I did is I took some fuel line, 1/4-inch fuel line for like one of the dirt bikes, and I put it over the head of it, and I'm going to clamp it down, not hard, just enough to close the tube, and then this is going to block the flow, and that way when I go and I start to fill the radiator, let this out, not that much is going to come out of the block. So that is the plan. Hopefully it works. We'll see. So I'm gonna clamp it, and these might not have big enough jaws to do what I want to do, but you know, just picks I'm using, I got some Duralast. They're, I guess you'd say, extended reach or long, whatever you want to call it. So this bottom hose is tricky with this clamp. Oh, there we go. There it is. Said it is a little bit tricky getting it out. Then I'm gonna put that on. So it's 213s. So the part number that I'm replacing this with is a C13301, and it's a Duralast OEM replacement. Man, it's nice at 8:30 in the morning coming out and working on this. Not hot, nice breeze. I don't even need my fan right now. I do only have about, I don't know, 30 more minutes to mess with this. Last night when I came out, probably out here for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, around 9 o'clock. It just got too dark. So I'll stitch in part of the video. I looked at it, and usually the X5 at night you'd be able to, you know, see stuff, because I got rollers on one of the bikes. But I don't know if the canopy and I don't know if that had something to do with it or not. Alright, so the lower shroud is out the way. Oops. So as I had said in the video last night, I do believe that this is the original radiator that came in this truck, for the simple fact that all the clamps are those little push rivets. None of those have any signs of ever being off. So and then this radiator does have sign of seepage. It has a new screw style band clamp for the one that I broke, which that's kind of funny. I find it funny because that means that when you take this top reservoir one off, it's the placement where it's at not great. Mess the radiator up. So we're going out with the old, in with the new. There's a little spot both these pucks go in, so just make sure those pucks go back in that hole. Those pucks don't line up, these top bolts aren't going to either, because it needs to sit down in there. I go through gloves like crazy. I mean, I try and be as clean as possible, try and do stuff as neatly as possible, but it rarely ever works. I got these Astro Grip gloves, and for the most part they're textured, so I can feel and I can actually get a grip on bolts and stuff, but I mean, they rip. Oil cooler lines back in. They already got their clips installed, so you'll hear it when it clips. You got this cover. That bottom one doesn't want to go in. Should have put the bottom one in first, probably. Oop, there we go. Put those covers back. This top shroud has a little groove that it goes in. Hoping that's in. I didn't really hear it click. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, we're gonna do the lower hose first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling the radiator through the expansion tank, then also through the top. Got this old hose off of my charger, so I'm going to use that. That one smaller GM coolant that is supposed to go in this stances that I got. Come on. But just where that clamp was, I didn't like how it kind of made a groove in the rubber. I don't want this to possibly leak right there at that joint where the band clamp meets. So I'm going to just trim it. So I'm gonna have that loose right there. And let's make a little bit of a mess. Nice. Today, I'm going to be finishing swapping out this radiator in a 2500 Silverado. Last night I came out, started the process. I'll stitch some video, but video is pretty bad. Man, it's nice at 8:30 in the morning. Coming out working on this. Not hot. Nice breeze. I don't even need my fan right now. I do only have about 30 more minutes to mess with this. Last time when I came out, probably out here for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, around 9 o'clock. It just got too dark. So I'll stitch in part of the video. I looked at it, and usually the X5 at night, you'd be able to, see stuff, because I got rollers on one of the bikes. But I don't know if the canopy, and I don't know if that had something to do with it or not. So the lower shroud is out the way. Oops. As I had said in a video last night, I do believe that this is the original radiator that came in this truck, for the simple fact that all the clamps are those little push rivets. None of those have any signs of ever being off. So another one down. Just gotta fix Tahoe now. Offers vary by user and location. I'm gonna kind of stitch all the videos together. Literally have 20 minutes before I gotta get ready for work. Head out to work. Usually I do things in steps, and I go reverse in the steps, but this time was just a little bit different, just because I was trying to, keep as much coolant in there as possible, but kind of see what happens. This radiator shroud, there's 2 grooves that it has to fit in. Then you got all these push clips. or before you put your shroud on, go back and make sure that everything is tight. One thing that I almost forgot is this hose clamp. Another thing I almost forgot is I got a bunch of tools that fell down in that fender well. So if you add the whole time, because I've worked on this over, let me say, 3 days. I want to say it says about 2 hours worth of work. Whatever the final video is going to be is pretty much you know how long it has taken me. I want to say hard, but you know, with having a work schedule to, like I do, you know, it's hard to find the time. I have a vacuum hose right there. Make sure you put that on. Back how you took it off, just clips. It's not bad. Don't forget your 2 connectors. They only go one way, so it's not like you can put the wrong connector in the wrong spot. Airbox. Just gotta find the holes for it. one thing is I gotta check the engine oil, and I also gotta check the transmission fluid level, because I did have some leak out, and then you have whatever was actually in those lines. So however much the cooler held on both sides, it's going to be what you're down. For the engine oil, you know, maybe half quart total, in between what was in the radiator and what leaked out. That's not going to necessarily hurt it, but about a half a quart, especially with these, this has a 4L80E in it, a little bit stronger than the 4L60s. So, you know, right now I'm looking at the, on this side it is the lower hose, and it is the transmission engine cooler. Really, for me, the hardest part of this whole, whole thing was getting these clips out. But like I said, I have these two tools. I use this one that has like a little angle on the end, and basically I got here and I lifted it up, and then that put that up, and then I got it, went like this and pulled it out. You know, you gotta be patient. Sometimes I don't have patience. The other hard part for me was getting that lower radiator hose on with that clip. I don't personally like the design, especially you got this plastic on the side here, and I really thought I'm gonna break this plastic, because as you're, pushing it on, you can see it, deforming. So, I mean, I really didn't like that. I mean, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Yeah, I'm gonna let it sit and run. But I may take this to work. I mean, this usually always does, heat up pretty quickly. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna make sure that this doesn't overheat, and then if it doesn't overheat, which I don't see why it would. Like I said, I don't see any leaking. Doesn't smell like it's leaking. But that is how you change the radiator on a 2007 to 2013 2500 Silverado HD. It'll kind of be the same for most of the GM trucks. I'm assuming that there'll be some small differences because like my Tahoe, when I changed that radiator, it did not have that push clip style lower radiator hose, and that's a 2007. So we'll kind of see what happens. Well, thank you for watching along, and I just ask if this video is informational or entertaining at all, just please hit like and subscribe, and then hopefully I'll keep bringing you content, repairs, how-tos, how I would do it, and then, you know, I can grow this channel, and, you know, hopefully this channel will, you know, become something.
Small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money, but a good surprise that could save you money. Getting personalized discounts on a commercial home you quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor, it's plaster from your ceiling.
Visualize yourself. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty.
Another one down. Just got to fix Tahoe now.
That's Chase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.